I think if I am them, there's one easy name, and it feels like he's not being talked about enough, and that's Thiago Splitter. If the if the Portland Trailblazers are going to lowball him and they're going to go out and make everyone else in the world $1 million a year offers instead of just sticking with the guy who really brought them into the playoffs and had them competitive against the San Antonio Spurs in disastrous circumstances, came in there as an assistant coach and the head coach is arrested, and now here he is running the ship, and he really made substantial changes throughout the season, something you don't see very often for NBA teams, and took a team that was known as a defense first. That was all they had. They were going to rely on their tough nose defense and what they had on that end of the floor. Well, they were coherent enough to make it into the playoffs and be competitive on the offensive end under Thiago Splitter. So he makes the most sense to me for a team that has been good defensively. They've shown you that they have the pieces on that end of the floor. Now it's about how do we get the most of those guys on the offensive end. I think Thiago Splitter would be a home run hire if they could go poach him from the other side of the country. Thiago's background has been, at least in the coaching realm, has been offensive. Like
Right.
he was the guy who took over at Paris for Thomas Isolo and ran a very similar system to what Isolo was running. We know that Isolo, of course, came to the U.S. as this lauded international coach who had all these offensive ingenuities, the way that he uses screens to create space. Well, Thiago Splitter kind of took over that system and continued to run it with great success overseas. Then came similar path to the U.S. as an assistant. Both of them Isolo much later in the season than Splitter did, but took over as a head coach for that team that they came over as an assistant coach for. So he's from a pipeline that has been producing some solid offensive basketball. And so I'll be really interested to see. I think that that's a really good fit. Does it actually come to be? We will see.